Yo, it's the Anything Goes podcast, man. It's your boy, Sean Peoples. Hey, listen, people. If you like our vibes, you like the movement, like, subscribe, share, comment in the comment section, man. Ring the notification bell so you can keep up with everything that we got going on, man. Also, jump up in the community tab and vote. Vote on all the issues and situations that you see up here, man. This is the state of Jamaica. This is the series in the series. You don't know already, so Anything Goes podcast is the series. But State of Jamaica is another series inside of the series. So we're here to just talk about the state and stuff that's going on in our country that we want to address, that we've been seeing, want to tackle some of the issues that we've been seeing going on. Me and my brothers are here. Mr. Razor, what's going on with you?
Hey, man, what's good? What's good? Hey,
Shot, man.
Yeah, man, you don't know, man, living and loving life. That's how it's got to be.
So it go, man. So my brothers want to address two situations out of the many that's going on in Jamaica right now. I want to first bring up the cases of the 16-year-old or 15-year-old that shot his 6-year-old cousin because they've been in an argument, and I also want to address this animal what chose to set his ex-girlfriend on fire because she chose to end the relationship. And we actually watched a video of this earlier, people, and it's so disgusting we can't even show it to you. So we're just gonna talk about it. But let's address this young brother. How can a 15-year-old shoot him 6-year-old cousin? I mean, could that argument be that deep and deadly for a 16-year-old shoot a 6-year-old child? Wait, and for a 15, when I think about it, he's 2 years older than my son. And to the immaturity of my son leads me to think that a 15-year-old is able to get that aggressive to shoot a 6-year-old. I don't understand it. Mr. Razor, what you looking at it as right now?
Well, I look at it, I don't understand it, but, I have to look back around his environment and the type of things this young child have been seeing around his environment. So, for him to shoot his 6-year-old cousin is just asinine to me. I understand, because there's no reason a 15-year-old and a 6-year-old should be in any kind of altercation that leads to any type of violence.
Done.
I understand. And I don't understand it. So the only thing it leads back to me is just his environment. We always say it desensitized to violence and those things. So that just leads me to believe that it's just one of those situations where this child that's 15 years old, is seeing so much violence and so much things that's going on around him that he actually think that he was doing something by shooting his 6-year-old cousin. You understand? And that just doesn't make any sense to me. You understand? So we have to look back on the family and the parents, everything, you understand, to see where is this coming from, because this just doesn't make any sense to me.
It's I don't even, when I think about it, short man, I can't comprehend a 15-year-old shooting a 6-year-old family member. I don't know how it leads to that. To me, in my mind, I keep processing it that it has to be an accident, because I can't see how you can get so angry at a 6-year-old child for go shoot him. I don't get it, man. Shot man, what are you thinking, man? I'm lost.
Yeah, I mean, normally when something like this happens, you immediately go to a place where you say, this has to be an accident. It can't be like a real situation to where the 15-year-old somehow felt threatened a 6-year-old that he was having an argument with. Like, I'm still trying to understand, how does a 15-year-old get into an argument with a 6-year-old? That's the thing I'm trying to understand.
Yes.
Because normally a 15-year-old would be looking out for a 6-year-old, be taking them to the store to get candy, hanging out, playing with them, and just looking out for them. That's like their person to take care of them when mommy or daddy's not around, or somebody older. That's like who's looking out for them. So it's a sad situation that this has taken place. You know, and again, sometimes we go back to and we say it's cultural because he sees all this aggression around him, and you know, whatever, you know, it leads them to believe that not that this is okay, but that, you know, if it happens, it happens. And like, how did he get a gun? First of all, that's I mean, we should be addressing that part. Like, where's the 15-year-old just get a gun? First of all, I mean, that's one thing.
To myself, because the parents or the surroundings around him should definitely take some of the blame for that incident. You know?
Oh, they're definitely responsible, or bear some responsibility. I mean, like, we can't just say a 15-year-old who, you know, again, is a child still, but in terms in Jamaica, we think of them as being older because kind of how we grew up over there, we're like much more advanced in terms of what we know at that age compared to maturity. Compared to, I say compared to American children, period. Yeah. I mean, just because, I mean, if you
have to be that way.
Because the life is fast and a lot of things are happening around us. And so, yeah, just it's a sad situation. You know, I would say, you know, is there some mental health component of this, you know, that led this child to do this, you know, or, you know, that led to this accident? You know, is he somehow, does he have some mental deficiency somehow, you know, and that hadn't been talked about at all? I mean, we have to kind of consider everything other than he intentionally hurt a 6-year-old. I mean, that's like the worst thing to be like, that's what really happened. He intentionally did that. I would like to think that there was something else that led him to this, and it wasn't intentional.
At that, we keep focus that in my mind as saying it have to be an accident, because me can't, like, you know, like right now we're talking about the advance a child at the age group is in Jamaica. I remember me at 12 and my son at 12 with two different people, because what I do at 12, my son can never do, because his maturity level to do that, he's not even there, because he hasn't had the freedom and privilege to be able to do that.
And when you understand
a lot of stuff differently from, you know, I was able to maneuver myself and do all type of things when I was 12 years old. My son can barely manage himself in the house, much less for be able to do them things that what me could have do. So Razor, when you look on it, you know, it have to baffle you to do you think say in your mind, like Sharpman, I say it have to be like a mental issue or an accident, and I just don't want to look on the worst of it. I want to actually try to say, so, you know, I try to get the benefit of the doubt, say it have to be an accident, or maybe like Sharpman say some mental issues.
I definitely feel like it possibly could be some mental issue. You understand? And like you say, a lot of time us as Black people, we don't really focus on the mental part of it. You know, we don't address it, and we know in Jamaica that even when our kids even if they have mental issues, you know, we deal with it on a different level, because we don't
call you mad.
Yeah, and we don't go and address the issue or take that child to get the proper help and the counseling that he needs. You understand? You know, the parents probably beat him and do all kind of things to that child. You understand? When in reality, you know, he might have some behavioral issues or something, and he needs the help, and he didn't get the help. You understand? So that's you know, like Sharpman bring up, that's a good aspect of it, where we can look into it, you understand, and see was that part of the problem there, you understand? Because if not, if that's not it, like you said, the parents has to take some blame for it. And like you said, where's this 15-year-old getting a gun from? You understand? It doesn't make any sense, but that's a good aspect that you brought up. And, you know, that's something we could look into. You understand?
I would say, I guess some of the naysayers would blame this on the music. I guess it's the music.
No, we got to stop. We got to stop doing that, man, because if that's the case, Hollywood, I mean, they make the most violent movies, and I do partake. I do enjoy a good romp, a good, you know, bunch of blowing up stuff. I do enjoy a good movie. And music, there's a lot of music that say a lot of stuff. I listen to some of this music, so I don't want people to go around saying it's the music. You know, it's the upbringing, it's the attention, it's the attention that the kids get. You know, if they don't get attention at home, if they listen to violent music, if they don't have parents to tell them, okay, that's music, it's not real. You know, you shouldn't be going out doing that kind of stuff. If they just listen to it and then they're living in it, you know, you can't blame it on the music. You just cannot blame it on music. They got to stop doing that. That's a bad thing.
People want to believe what they want to believe when it benefits them. They have done studies, and they have just done recent studies again, that music do not, and I repeat, do not let people commit crimes. It's because you already have that intention in your head already to do these things. So that's why you use music, and it might, and they say the quotation that it might amplify you already wanting to go kill somebody. So you might amplify if you say, I'm gonna go listen to that song and then me I go do it. But you already had that in your mind to go do it.
Yeah.
But you know, let's move on from that to the horrific burning of this young lady by her ex-boyfriend. I don't even know how to address this one, brothers. I just can't understand why these things keep happening and why men can't take no or can't take rejection. What is it that burns them up so much, no pun intended, that you go out there to destroy somebody else's life just because they don't want you? I don't get it. Short man, what you think?
Well, you know, it's where people think that somehow in that culture that women are put here to serve them, and that there's no way a woman could say no and mean it, or no, you know, I don't want to be with you, or I want to be with somebody else, or no, this is not working out for me, you know, whether it be you're not treating me right or we're just not compatible. Yeah. So I just think from that aspect and perspective of the culture, Caribbean men, and maybe men in other cultures too, you know, Middle East, wherever, you know, just think that women are put here to serve them. And some men just have it in their head that there's no way a woman can say no, and I let them say no, and it be, you know, that be the end of it, right? Where there has to be some retribution. I have to either make them stay with me, or if they're not going to stay, I'm going to make them feel it, right? I mean, I guess that's kind of where I'm at looking at that right now. It's sad.
You just come to a point where sometimes you can't even address these things because you don't even want to put them in your psychic sometimes. So when I sit down and I look on it, Mr. Razor, I'm saying, like, as a man, the woman don't want to be with you anymore. Your next move is to go set where she's working on fire, burn this young lady up. I mean, people, this is a horrific video. Some of y'all have probably already seen it on the internet floating around, but me and my brothers watched it, and it's a horrific video. Like, think about a man doing that to you, your daughter, your mother, your sister, your auntie. And like, what is wrong with these guys? Yo? I just don't understand. There's more there. Yo, Mr. Razor, what do you think, yeah, man?
Well, you know, I you know, these guys this guy they shouldn't put him in prison. These people should die. You understand? And I don't want to sound cruel, but until these guys you start killing these guys, man, for doing these things, it's not going to change. You understand? Because this is just horrific, man. And personally, to look at this, it just saddens me, man. It's a sad thing because, you know, for me personally, I have known people that has died from their boyfriend killing them, and you know, and this kind of hits me the wrong way, and it's a sad thing because I personally experienced this from people that I know. You understand that this has happened to. You understand, and it has to come to a stop. We have to do something about it. The government in Jamaica has to do something about when it comes to this type of crime that these guys are doing. You understand? Because if they're going around and doing these things to these women and think they're going to go in jail and sit down for 15, 20 years, it doesn't make any sense. You understand? These guys should be getting a death penalty. There should be serious consequences for this type of thing. You understand? You got to make these people think twice about twice about it before they even go and commit these acts. You understand? So
I think with our jokey judicial system, when you have some man do certain crimes and cause this brother would probably maybe do about 10 years in jail if him get that much. Now after you just disfigured, dismembered by burning this young lady up, you can see her skin coming off her in the videos, people. And this guy, they said they arrested him and he's probably gonna get bail and they're probably going to give him some play sentencing, because that's what our country do a lot of times with these animals. They give them some play sentences and then wonder why the next man down the road no business.
Yeah, but then this guy is a danger to society. So I don't know how you bail a person like that out. He's a danger to society. Like, he should be there for the duration until trial and then get that stiff sentence. Because I mean, come on, man, seriously, you burn somebody up. And then you get a play sentence. Me a man said the other day, I'm watching the news the other day, Jamaican, a man said, is that one of the youth them, when I senator them, is an actual senator, lawmaker.
Yeah.
And him say, a jungle justice, them forget. Him I say, anybody hurt Fim family, wife, daughter. Him say at that point, if the justice system not deal with them correctly, him will go out and do what he have to do, and then him will deal with the consequences. Because at that point, him don't want no lie after that, because them forget what them forget. And I fully agree with him, because the law is not taking care of it.
I agree 100%, because I'm at the point here where if we can't do something about the violence against women on the island, and we can do something about the violence, period, that jungle justice should be fit. These dons are so-called dons in the area who see these things going on. That's what you're allowing in your constituents. You want these men who feel like them control woman to say she can't have nobody else because she don't want me. Well, what more when them do that to your daughter? You think because you're high on power, what more when you're not their own? No, we have to start make an example of these guys. We have to start foolishness, man.
And I think these dons in these areas, when something like that happened, they should wash the hands of these people. Hey, whatever happened, happened. Yeah. You understand? When you're going, when that happened, you know, these dons should say, hey, I turn my back, you know. You know what you're going to, you know what's going to happen.
Deal with it. When you say we're done, so we're going to deal with it.
Yeah.
One, you know, the state of Jamaica is in shambles. And that's why we come up with this program. We want to talk about particular events that happen in Jamaica, when we just sit and chat it up for a little bit and talk about how can we help our country by conversation, and maybe the conversation will lead into some actions, or maybe to fall on deaf ears like it usually always do, and this foolishness continue over and over again. Like, I am sick of watching the news, and I'm sure my brothers can agree with this, and seeing all this violence, all this corruption, and we also have a man on TV just talk some nonsense and nothing now change. There needs to be change. There need to be laws written. There need to be new laws put in action to prevent criminals from getting light sentence, criminal from escaping sentences, criminals from being able to go jail for a little play time, as I would say, come back out and continue to terrorize the garrison or the areas where they live in. Before we go off, my brothers, some last thoughts, short man. What do you think about the two situation them? Some last thoughts.
It's just constant violence, man. Like every week, every day I watch the news and I see the constant violence. And when you think it can't get any worse, there's something else that comes up. But like you said, we have to keep bringing awareness to it, bringing the conversation up, and then the lawmakers on the island need to start pushing forward some legislation and, you know, empower the constables or whatever, you know, to go out and arrest these guys and then bring them to justice and give them good sentences, not nothing, like I said, plea sentence, give them something where make the next person think, or even, you know, we go to the extreme and start get them death penalty, as Mr. Razor said. I mean, we don't want to advocate for anyone to get killed, but at the same time, these people are parasites and germs on society and should be removed, you know, as such. And so, you know, that's kind of what I think about that.
I would agree with that, because if you know, when a rabbit animal is running around, what do? They put it down.
They put it down.
Yeah. So, you know, I consider these guys rabbit animals and terrorists to the island, because they're terrorizing the island, and people can act like it's not as bad as we would say it is, but we're from the island, we see what's going on, and it's worse than we're actually saying it is. Because if we show some of you this video, it would horrify you into the nights. Mr. Razor, some last statements on these two situations, my brother.
I just think everyone just need to look at this, or look at these videos, and when you see these incidents or cruelty happen, you have to put yourself in the situation. What if this was my family member? What if this was my son, my daughter, my mother? You understand? You know, you know, you can't be desensitized to these type of things. You have to put yourself in this situation, because when I see something like that, I put myself in that situation and say, what if this was my child? You understand? My daughter. You understand? And I think I would want, I want the ultimate punishment for that person. You understand? So, you know, these things has to stop. I mean, it just saddens me. It saddens me. And I have no words.
I mean, as men who have women in our family, some of us have daughters, sisters, mothers, aunts, grandmothers, you know, just some young ladies who we consider friends or a friend to the family that we care about on the island and overseas. We would like to see more protection for women, and we would like to see it happen now. We would like to see the island move in a better way when it comes to violence, when it comes to the economy. We'd like to see a lot of changes, and so far I haven't been seeing anything. Now, if I'm wrong, I would love for someone to give me some knowledge about this, you know, inform me, because I guess I would be uninformed, because I'm paying attention to everything that's going on the island, and I don't see any upliftments. I remember speaking to my brother Shortman the other day, and him say, you know, a woman making a doll was great news. And I said to you, Shortman, is that where we at now, that a woman making a doll is good news for Jamaica? That's the best news we can come up with.
It's a sad state of affairs, man. Sad state of affairs.
Sad, you know. Besides champs, Wadia, I don't see nothing that was enjoyable me seeing on the news for my country. It's heartbreaking to constantly have to explain to people what's going on in my country and why this is taking place. And yeah, I may not understand that you're scaring people off from being tourists to our island. So we need to get these stuff together, man. You know, my brother, Mr. Razor, is here. My brother, Shortman, is here. This is the state of Jamaica, the series within the series. This is episode 1. Me and my brothers will be back again for another episode here soon, just to discuss some more topics and some more events and what have took place on our island. Now, we have a beautiful island. I would say the best island in the Caribbean. But if we don't control the violence, the corruption, and start giving the young men in the country and young women in the country jobs, we're going to be in a world of turmoil heading into the near future. And is that what we really want? Or do we want to better our country? I'm hoping that what we're saying won't be falling on deaf ears, my brothers. I'm hoping that even if it just educate one person, or if one person just hear and bring an idea to somebody and enlighten them in their community to say nay or yay to a situation, and then we have done our jobs. So this is just to enlighten people that the stuff that we're seeing that's taking place in the country. I really had some thoughts about adding the video in here, but that video is too horrific. We can't put in that video there, brothers. That's not something we want to show to people. That's not even something we want to see again, to be honest with you. So I wouldn't even want to show it to y'all. But stay tuned for the next episode of The State of Jamaica. This is Sean Peoples. I'm here with Mr. Razor. I'm here with Shotman. Expect to hear a lot more from State of Jamaica, series. We're going to talk about everything that's going on the island. We're going to cover a lot of stuff. So stay tuned for it. My brothers, if they like the vibes, they like our movement, like, subscribe, share, comment in the comment section, ring the notification bell so you keep up with everything that we got going on. Jump in the community tab and vote. And do not forget that we love our country. We're not bashing our country. We're simply talking about stuff. We're basically giving awareness to people who, I guess, are blind to the situation or may seem or feel like it's not as bad as it is. People, it's horrible. And I think my brothers would agree. Wouldn't you agree, my brothers?
Yes, definitely.
And we're out of here. Look out for the next episode of The State of Jamaica. It's the Anything Goes podcast, man. We out of here.